Okay, welcome back. This is St. Thomas Math 005, Lesson 1, Part 5. All right, so taking a look at this, I want to find out what my least common multiple, LCM, is when I have three numbers, and I'm going to go with 10, 15, and 24. All right, and I'm going to use factor trees on this. It should be very quick and simple. Let's go ahead and take this apart and see what we have in common. All right, so my 10, I have a 2 and a 5. I have 15, which is a 3 and a 5. So now we have a common 5 in there. And then I have a 24, which is going to give me, I can go with 4 and 6, which can split a little further. So I have 2 and 2, and then 2 and 3. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to line these up. So I have one that has a whole bunch of 2's in it, so let's put that one first. My 24, 2, 2, 2, and 3. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my 10, because that also has a 2. I'm going to say that 2. And then I have a 5 out here. All right. And then I'm going to have my 15. And that's going to line up, I'm going to line up my 3 and my 5. So I have pieces that are missing for all of this. Okay, so each one of these is missing at least one factor. So let me go ahead and we'll walk through what it is I'm missing. So in this first 2, we've got that 2. This third one, we don't have a 2. In this, I have another 2 set up, right? Here I need another 2 2's as well. All right, here I have a 3 and a 3, but this 10 doesn't have the 3. All right, and in this last case, I have 5 and 5, but I need a 5 attached here. All right, and if we go ahead and multiply that all out, we're going to wind up with 100, I believe it's 120 right off the, yeah, I think that's right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this together here. This is going to give me an 8 times 15. And each of those is going to give me, yep, that's going to be 120. Right? So my common denominator here, or my least common multiple, is going to equal 120. All right. Let's try one more. Hopefully this is beginning to feel pretty comfortable. So our LCM, we're looking for the LCM for 28, 18, and 12. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and factor these guys, right? My 28 is going to factor to 4 and 7, which I can, that's a 7. I can factor this to 2 and 2, and my 7 comes down. Now I've got 18, so I'm going to have a 2 and a 9. That 2 comes down, and my 9 is going to factor to 3 and 3. And then my 12 here, I'm going to have a 4 and a 3. That's a 2 times a 2 times that 3 that I'm going to bring down. All right, so my 28, I have 2 2s, and 12, I have 2 2s. So let's go ahead with, let's start with the 12, okay? We're gonna tally the 12 up. So I've got 2 times 2 times 3. All right, my 28 has 2 times 2, and then I'm going to leave myself a fair amount of space here because I've got this 7. I want to make sure that I have any room that I need. So I'm going to go times 7 here. And then for my 18, I'm going to have a 2. And then I'm going to go with my 3 and 3, right? I'm going to have 2, and then my 3 and 3. So what have I got in common? I've got 2's everywhere here. So I don't need to multiply by this set of 2's. All right. Now, if you take a look here, I have 2 and 2, but I'm missing a 2 on this one. This one, we're going to need to multiply by this 2 in this case. All right. Here I've got a 3. Here I've got a 3, but I'm missing a 3 when it comes to 28. And I'm missing a 3 on both of these other, right? I only had 1 3 here. So I'm going to go 3 and 3 again. And now both of these, this 12 and this 18, still need a 7 because that's a factor here in this 28. All right, so I'm going to have a 7 and a 7. So what do I need in order to be able to get my 12, 28, and my 18 all to have the same multiple? So let me go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and change this back to black. I'm going to have 12. And I'm actually going to just leave it as 12. And then 28. And 18. And hopefully this is going to start making some sense for folks. Now I've factored this all out, right? I know what I need. If I take a look here on my value here, I know 3 times 7 is going to give me a 21. So I need to multiply this 12 by 21 in order to make that work. For my 28, right? If you take a look here, I've got the ones I did in red. All I've got there is a 9. So I've got 28 times 9. And then here, my 18, I'm going to have 2 times 7. That's going to get me a 14. All right. So those are going to get me my common denominator, or my least common multiple, I should say. But this is how we find the lowest common denominator. So here, I'm going to go ahead and multiply those out. That's going to get me to 252 on all of these. And hopefully you're seeing how I got each of these numbers in red. Starting off with my 12, I needed to multiply that by 21 in order to make all of the same factors show up in all 3 of these sets of numbers, right? If you're having questions around that, feel free to ask. You have my text number. Hopefully you should be able to kind of muddle through it. And if you have questions, we can talk about it in class as well.